Yee- Yo! Welcome back to another edition of the Cruising Podcast. I'm your host, Andrew Cruz, and today is January 11th, Thursday. We are already 11 days into January. Damn it. We're here. Welcome. How's everybody doing today? Hopefully everybody's doing a fantastic time. Having a fantastic start of the year. 10 days in, doing, your New Year's resolutions are going by swiftly and you guys are sticking to it. Please stick to your New Year's resolutions. Because I'm gonna stick to mine and I'm gonna be here for you, baby. Okay, but here's the thing. I want to let you guys in on a little secret. Where you can find the Cruising Podcast is on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Patreon, YouTube, and anywhere you can find podcast needs. That's where you can find the Cruising Podcast. Also, where you can find latest updates to the show is on Instagram at Cruising Podcast, also on Twitter at Nicetown. Yeah, tricked you guys. Yeah, it wasn't really a secret. It's like a secret type deal, like a secret type deal, like secret society type deal, but it wasn't secret at all. It was a terrible secret. I'm sorry, guys. I didn't mean to trick you guys like this. All right. We're going to almost back to doing two episodes a week. Goodness gracious. Trying to get back to doing 3. Actually, this would be the third. If you guys are on Patreon, you would definitely know this is the third episode this week. Yeah, join that Patreon, baby. We are putting more and more things out there. The latest episode is about Cat Williams and the greatness of Cat Williams and other comedians in that ilk. I know some of you probably don't agree with some of the things he did, but there's some some things y'all guys might want to, maybe he got a little point here. We probably should check it out. Yeah, okay. Yeah. So if you guys haven't, go check it out. And also Cruise the Screwed over there where I get drunk and talk about the weirdest things ever, which is going to happen on Saturday. Cruise the Screwed is coming back. We coming back, baby. We're coming back, baby. With the Cruise is Screwed. Yeah, I should not have done that. I'm sorry. My cold is still here, and then next week is supposed to get fucking cold as shit here in beautiful state of was supposed to be warm Texas, but apparently next week Tuesday is supposed to be the high of 34. Yay. We moved from Virginia to Texas in prosperous of heat in seeking heat, and this is what we get. Like I think I've lived here for about almost 13, maybe 14 years now. I think 9 out of the 14 years did we not have like an extremely cold day or week. So I'm hoping the power grid stay up and it doesn't get too fucking cold because it's gonna be cold as shit outside. I hate being cold. I hate every single moment of being cold. Oh my, I'm cold right now. My room is very fucking cold. You guys probably can see I'm inside the room. Yeah, you see the Christmas sheets. They're gonna be up here for a while. Sorry, really, it might be up here for the rest of the year. If I'm about to wash them and then probably put them back up here. Just put it out there. But yes, we are here. But there are congratulations to be bestowed upon some peoples. Congratulations to the Michigan Wolverines on winning the national championship here in the great city of Houston. Congratulations to you guys. Great, awesome season. What is it, 15-0? There's way too many games for college football now. I think that it's even going to be bigger because there's going to be a 12-team, playoffs. I'm going to say this. I know it's going to sound crazy. It's going to sound mean. I think this was kind of maybe Michigan's like last chance to like dominate a playoff to win a title. Like this might have been their best and maybe last chance because I don't see Harbaugh coming back, yo. The shit he had to go through this year, the man got suspended. He's been suspended 6 games out of this year and they still won 15 games, yo. That's wild. I think that this probably is man's last year. I think college probably rubbed him the wrong way, especially this year. And I think he wants NFL again. I think he wants to test those waters one more time. It's crazy because he was a Super Bowl coach. It wasn't like he was a bad coach. Like he made the Super Bowl with Colin Kaepernick as quarterback. Like you can and really was a like that it was not a like blowout to say the least against Baltimore when they got there too. So I'm just saying there's he's got some gas in the tank. And I don't think he's one of those control freaks like some of the coaches I want to talk about here in a little bit. I think that he's actually a player's coach. I think his players love him. I think that his coaches love him. And I really think, yeah, this is probably his last year in college football, and and it should be because I don't see him being treated right in college because he should have never lost 6 games from his team. That's BS. That's BS. He should have never been, he should have never got suspended. The whole Spygate thing and sign stealing, things like that. I think that person acted alone. And really just kind of screwed over the Michigan. Like it kind of trying to taint the national championship. Oh, they were sign stealing stuff like this against bad teams. Like I don't understand that part of the story. Like teams that they won like 35-0 against, the sign stealing happened. I don't get it. It's just it was stupid. It was a dumb decision. Whoever was doing it, the recruiting violation that some coaches somehow got the skate pass during their time during their tenure. Oh my goodness, during their tenure in college, it's interesting. But once again, congratulations to the Michigan Wolverines, man, for real. They played the hell out. 26 years since their last national championship. I was 8 years old when that happened. That's 1998. No, that can't be right. Six. I was 8 years. No, 97. I don't remember Michigan winning in 90s. I don't know. Yeah, whatever year that was. It's been 26 years. I've actually, I work with big Michigan fan, and also on one of my routes or one of my customers, he is a huge Michigan fan. And I've never seen this dude. I see this dude miss a day of work maybe like once or twice a month. And he's always at his, at his little desk and everything like that. Now I walked up and I saw somebody else there. I was like, "Hey, man." He said, "So I gotta ask, man, he out today, huh?" He's like, "Yeah, he." I say he's hungover. I understand. That's how it was when the Eagles won. All right, I ain't go to work the next day because the Eagles won. That was a good day. That was a good day. That was a good week. And that might have been a good month. He said it, and then I talked to him today. He was like, "Man, we're celebrating for the rest of the month." And which is awesome, man. If there's one storied franchise that deserved it, is definitely Michigan. You know what I'm saying? They beat Ohio State 3 years in a row, which has to be the hardest thing to do. And you have to compete recruiting wise with them. And recruiting wise, uh, Ohio State likes to, cut a few corners here and there. So I'm just putting it out there. Once again, other coaches got to skate past some of the recruiting violations that happened in college football, which, like I told you guys, I think I said it when the college playoff came out. The SEC needed one team to get there for sure. The one team that got there was Alabama, and I'm happy that they really did put Michigan through the fire. It really did. That was the fire that they had to walk, and it seems like the past couple national championships have been nothing but blowouts. Like Georgia blew out TCU. Michigan really controlled the game the whole time against Washington, which also, by the way, congratulations to Washington for getting there. I know how hard it has to be, and they're going to be Big Ten rivals for the near future. That is the by far the stupidest alignment I've ever seen in my life. I just Oregon has to come all the way, or Oregon has to go, or what's his name, Rutgers will have to go across the country to play against Oregon, and or vice versa. That's how the Big Ten is about to be set up. Stupid. It's dumb. I don't understand it. I won't understand it. I refuse to understand it. And I'm not a fan of it. I wish that the Pac-12 was still. It's crazy that the Pac-12 had their best year this year. You know what I'm saying? So, that one more time to a storied franchise. Go blue. And congratulations to you guys, man. You guys deserve it. There are a lot of hardworking kids on that side. So, you know what I'm saying? Let's give them all a hand clap. Yeah, okay. All right. Also, we're giving hand claps to a very storied career in college football, a very stoic figure in the college football landscape, a very legendary run that he went on, not just in college, for several different teams actually, but mostly we all know him for as the head coach of Alabama football. Let's be real. Nick Saban retires. Nick Saban is 72 years old. I would have never thought that. Nick Saban, I remember when Nick Saban was coaching and he was like the young gun type deal. When he was with the Browns. No, not with the Browns. I'm sorry, that's a lie. I remember when he was with the LSU, when LSU won their first title. He was the coach. Yeah, he's been around for a very, very long time. But for a storied career for his, congratulations to him. For somebody, to me, like, I think I would say this. Well, he is 72. Let's put that out there. I think he still had maybe 1 or 2 more years in him. But I think that everybody else catching up with the NIL deals and things like that, I think that kind of forces retirement a little premature, because Nick Saban, let's be real, he was getting the best players in the country for like the past, what, he's been there for 14 years. Yeah. So the past 14, I forgot how long he's been in Alabama, but for the past quite a few long time, okay? He's been the big man on campus, a big man on the block, not just in the SEC, but of course in college football. And the thing is that, I'm surprised he never got a violation. The dude churned out number one recruiting every single year until like a couple years ago, because I there's some conspiracy theories behind why he was always the number one recruiter, but we won't do that today. We're going to celebrate the career of Nick Saban, the only Belichick disciple that was actually successful. Go ahead, go check it. Go figure it out. Bill O'Brien, actually, I will say this. Bill O'Brien was not a bad coach. Bill O'Brien should have never became a GM of the Houston Texans, though. Bill O'Brien, that was his misstep. I think another misstep, of course, is Chip Kelly becoming GM, but that's a whole different story for a different day. We're talking about Nick. I think Nick Saban would still be in the NFL today if he got Drew Brees if he was able to get Drew Brees to go to Miami. I think so. That's all he really needed was Drew. He needed a quarterback, and yeah. Go ahead, go check the go. Look back. Go ahead, look back. I think he would have had Pete Carroll type run at Miami. I truly think so. Yeah, Ronnie Brown back there. You know what I'm saying? Like Ronnie Brown was a monster. And yeah, whoever else. I remember the Miami teams. I just can't remember the Miami teams. But I know Drew Brees didn't go there, and that was the downfall of Nick Saban. I think he put all his eggs in that one basket, and it didn't work. And he also has the Matt Lauer door, which is very popular. I mean, very weird to have. There's a lot of stories about Nick Saban, but a lot of weird stories about Nick Saban actually. But for a story career, congratulations, Nick Saban. Thank you for being part of college football history. He won a lot of national championships in Alabama, won one in LSU. Like I said, one of maybe two possible successful Bill Belichick disciples, I would say. I think Andy Reid, I want to say this because I know Bill Belichick, we're going to talk about him in a second, but I think Andy Reid, the reason why I would say, and I know Belichick got the most titles, whatever. The reason why I say Andy Reid is the greatest NFL coach of all time is because of not just his success on the field, but the success of the people that were under him. I think the only person that really didn't succeed was Matt Nagy. And now he's back as an offensive coordinator. What the hell? Oh, that's the wind. Damn, the wind is wow. Y'all hear that? The wind is like okay, sorry. But yeah, Nick Saban turned out so many wins at Alabama. Congratulations to him. and to the future probably recruiting violations you fuckers are gonna get. But hey, no, what are we doing? No, I've never seen a team skate by so much. I'm sorry. There's no way. Y'all were paying y'all once y'all found out that y'all were the ones not paying anymore, not paying the most anymore, and everybody else started getting, was able to throw some money at these kids. That was it for I think that was it for Nick Saban. I'm sorry. Y'all, that was it. Yeah, that was the death knell. That was definitely his 72, 87, 72. Yeah, it was time. It was time to, make a grand exit through the left. Okay, now let's go to the NFL. One retirement. I think he's retired. I think he is retiring. He should be. He's also 72 years old. That's Pete Carroll. Pete Carroll still have a young man energy, which is kind of cool. Still made the blunder of throwing the ball when you should have ran it at the 2 yard line, which led to Bill Belichick's other Super Bowl. We're just gonna put it out there. That's a stupid decision. But overall, Pete Carroll, one of the greatest coaches of all time. One of the greatest, not just one of the best NFL coaches of all time, especially in his second tenure, but one of the better college coaches. Come on. That USC team was like you couldn't there was no way. You had Thunder and Lightning and Lindell White and Reggie Bush. You had Matt Leinart. You had what was a fucking tall ass wide receiver, nasty ass wide receiver name. I forgot his name though. But those teams, and also that defense was disgusting too. Those teams were just amazing. The only reason why I think they don't talk to them about a dynasty is mostly because of what Vince Young did to them and eviscerated them all over that field, running all over them in the Rose Bowl to win the national championship. If that game never happens and they somehow pull that off, yeah, USC would definitely be a dynasty type team that we talk about for ages. But Pete Carroll always kept a steady team together. I think the only reason why they got in trouble is because Reggie Bush was living with an agent. I think that's literally the only reason why they rescinded one of their national championships. Sorry, but that's BS. I'm sorry. That's complete BS. But as a Seahawks coach, remember, just in case people don't know, Pete Carroll also coached at New England. So that Seattle was actually his second tenure. And the first thing Pete Carroll did, the smartest decision probably he did, was to start Russell Wilson his first year. And I'm going to say this. I know it's going to sound crazy to everyone else. I remember watching that draft coverage and like John Gruden, what's the other dude? Not Barry Melrose. What's the other dude's name? I forgot his name. Mel Kiper. Mel Kiper, everybody that was sitting at that desk and they were kind of like, what? Why would you draft this guy? Yo, I watched Russell Wilson in college. I remember watching him play for Wisconsin. No, for NC State and then Wisconsin. Right? NC State, then Wisconsin? I know he played for Wisconsin for sure. Because they used to show him like he could throw against the grain. And when I'm saying that is that like he could roll left and still throw like with pure accuracy on the run with his right. He's right-handed. Like the dude was beast in college. And nobody really was talking about him because he played for Wisconsin. Wisconsin churns out 2,000 yards rushers every year. So with that, he started him over Matt Flynn. Just in case people don't know, Matt Flynn had one good game in the absence of Aaron Rodgers. I remember I think he killed it because Aaron Rodgers broke his collarbone. Is that when Aaron Rodgers broke his collarbone and threw a 90-yard pass with a broken collarbone in the dead of cold in Chicago and to win a game? Yeah, I watched that game. I was like, yeah, he's not human. But yeah, he was he made the smart decision to put, Russell Wilson over Matt Flynn, and the rest was history right there. He won a Super Bowl with Marshawn Lynch and the Legion of Boom. He let the players be the players though. He let them have their personalities and let them flourish in their personalities. Like, and I think he was a great players coach. He's always have been. You have Reggie Bush, Matt Leinart, you got all these killers on that USC team, and they got to be themselves. They got to be kids. You know what I'm saying? And it seems like with Seattle, he embraced really like beast mode, like Marshawn Lynch. Like the dude is, and we I don't think we have as much. I think if Marshawn was to like, you can't temper that down anyway. I don't think you can temper that type of personality now. But if you could, Bill Belichick might have been the one to try it. But I like I'm so happy this I'm happy that he's stepping away. It looks like he also may have a couple more years in him, but it's good that they stepping away 72. Enjoy your retirement, baby. Enjoy it. It's gonna be great. Man, come on, man. It's cool. Smile. The only thing I didn't like about Pete Carroll, it looked like he chews with his mouth open. Bothered the hell out of me. I ain't gonna lie. The way he chews his gum, and every time he somehow played the Eagles, they won for some reason. And he's like, "Ah," like sitting here, like, come on, dude. Like, I'm just sitting here, like, what we doing here? I don't get it. Why are you chewing with your mouth open with the gum in your mouth? It bothers me. It bothered me. I ain't gonna lie to you. Like, you had Golden Tate. Like, remember that Seattle team? You had Richard Sherman. Was it Browner? Forgot his fucking name. Cam Chancellor, Ed, and Thomas. And then you have Marshawn Lynch, Russell Wilson, Golden Tate, and Percy Harvin on the other side. Yeah, yeah. Imagine having to manage those personalities, and he managed them perfectly to win a Super Bowl. Not just win the Super Bowl, but like dominate the Super Bowl. Yeah, yeah, they dominated. It was yeah, and brought a title to Seattle. It was magical. I thought it was wild as hell. But yeah, man. So congratulations to Pete Carroll on your retirement. Hopefully you are living. Hopefully you're in Cancun or on a beach somewhere, sipping on some mai tais or whatever. I don't know if he drinks. Like probably doesn't drink. Just and maybe chewing with your mouth closed. That'd be great. All right. Lastly, let's talk about what most people would say, arguably, is the greatest coach of all time. Bill Belichick. I'm going to say this. I'm going to go out on a limb. He didn't retire. I'm sorry. He's stepping away. Well, him and the Patriots parted ways. I guess they found out that Tom Brady was really the cog of the machine. I mean, was really the machine that was. I mean, it was really Tom Brady, not Bill. But we're just going to stop. We're not going to do this. Bill Belichick is one of the best coaches of all, greatest coaches of all time. We're definitely, I would say a number two to Andy Reid because of Andy Reid's success. But and also Bill won, that's cool. He won one of Super Bowls. But legendary run at New England. I think they were in it every year in, year out, they were winning the AFC East. I think the one year that they lost, they still won 11 games with Matt Castle as the quarterback. So, and that got Matt Castle paid, just like Matt Flynn got paid off like 2 games of greatness. Dude got paid and then got replaced by a rookie quarterback. But okay, but yeah, man, one of the greatest tacticians of all time, one of the greatest recorders of practices of all time. Yeah, I'm still pissed. I was watching. Okay, I was watching the NFL. I think NFL Today. Or Canty or somebody. Like they have a radio show on ESPN, and I was watching it. And one of the hosts was still mad. Like he videotaped the Seattle. I mean, the St. Louis. Hey, great, huh? Oh, sorry. He videotaped the St. Louis Rams practice, and then somehow look, listen. I would say Spygate, yes, is his fault. He was definitely a part of Spygate. I also would say, Michigan Spygate thing was kind of a little weird too. But we're going to continue on. Spygate sucked, mostly because I'm sick of people looking at, oh, well, it just affected the St. Louis game. No, they did it for the Eagles too. I'm sorry to put it out there. Sorry for people that might not know this, but he did it for the Eagles game too. Like he spied on the Eagles. Like he had videotape practices of the Philadelphia Eagles before that Super Bowl. Now it doesn't help that your quarterback allegedly goes out the night before and gets completely hammered before the game, but it's okay. I mean, it's just what happens. It's how he decompress before game. Normally you do that after, but this once again I said allegedly. Just putting it out there. It was allegedly. Most people don't throw up in the the huddle before the game. But hey, that's cool. It's okay. Don't not going to get messy here. We're not getting messy here. We're not getting messy here. Okay, cool. But yeah, man, I think that like I was listening to, they were trying to say deflate gate. I'm like, yeah, that's a Tom Brady problem. That was a Tom Brady problem. After that, I don't think they really had. I mean, he did like sneaky things here and there. He's really one of those guys that learned how to game the system. I think that's what Nick Saban really learned most about him was you can game the system, and I'm gonna find every loophole possible to beat you. Like the dude had a game plan for each week how to stop someone's best player. Like your secondary players better be able to beat me because I'm taking away your top target. I'm taking away the biggest weapon you got. I'm going to figure out if your quarterback can throw today. I'm either going to send blitzes or I'm going to double team your best wide receiver. Or week in and week out, I have a left-footed kicker because people didn't have a left-footed kicker. Apparently, the ball spins different. Like things with Bill Belichick that was like praised was, he's been praised a lot for some of the decisions that he made. Once again, when you allow the coach to become the GM, I think that's the biggest I think that's just the downfall of a team right there. You do not allow a coach to be a GM of a team. I'm sorry. Yeah, well, he should be able to pick his own players. Yeah, but you have a person that can be there, and be like, huh, man, maybe. Look, when this end all be all one person making that decision, that's a problem for me. It really is. I don't like that. I just I don't know, man. But I should be talking positive about these people. I'm sorry. Bill Belichick, was he six-time? He's a six-time champion, Super Bowl champion. That's cool. Congratulations. A lot of times AFC East champion. And Tom, I mean, it wasn't because of Tom Brady mostly. Congratulations to Bill. Also, by the way, just in case, hold on. This is why Bill Belichick is also one of the greatest of all time, first of all. He almost he almost got the Browns to the Super Bowl. And I went, hold on, y'all. Oh, what? Ooh, whoa, 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 whoa. Hold on, calm down. There was a time when Bill Belichick was the coach of the Browns. I think he's a disciple of Bill Parcells also. But there was a time where Bill Belichick was coaching the Browns, and you had I think Nick Saban was like a defensive coordinator. I forgot. There's another like really highly touted offensive coordinator too. That team would have been nasty. Like that team was ready to go. I think he like just got them going, and then that's when they moved to Baltimore. That's when Cleveland moved to Baltimore. And now and I think they all lost, they all left. I think he went to go work under I think he also won did he win a Super Bowl with Bill? I think he won a Super Bowl with Bill Parcells too. And I hope like when he leaves, like actually leaves the NFL, I hope he actually shows his personality. I hear he's a very funny guy. He's just very serious when it comes to like media and things. I hope he like comes out of that shell that he was in. Nick Saban started to a little bit with some of his commercials and things, but like with Belichick don't do any commercials. Belichick doesn't sign off on being part of like the Madden cover. I mean Madden games. So they have to put like a different like what was the dude's name? Paul Gaffney as the coach of the New England Patriots. Like his name is not even on the game. It's just I just I mean I hope he comes out of his shell a little bit. And I hope I really do, man. I think he's one of the he's one of the greatest coaches of all time. We can't take that away from him. But I just I just wish he came out of that shell just a little bit. Bill, you can come out, baby. We get here, baby. We're gonna embrace you. It's cool with your little cut off sleeves and things like that, trying to show the goods. Okay, but this is more of a congratulations to all these people for on amazing careers. I know I made a lot of jokes here. I made a lot of references to some of the things that happened, but seriously though, congratulations to Nick Saban, Pete Carroll, and Bill Belichick for historic runs at the places at the most unlikely of places. Like Alabama was in the dumps before Saban took over, and then now his disciple, which is Kirby Smart. A lot of people was under Saban at some point. But one of them being Kirby Smart, being like churning out a number one team every year in Georgia. Amazing. Pete Carroll, of course, 14 years as a head coach. It's going to be weird not seeing them as head coaches for next year. Like it's gonna be so weird. It's so especially if Belichick doesn't like get picked up. Like that's the weirdest. It's so weird. Like they're not like Belichick's not gonna be on the sideline for the Patriots. Like you're not gonna see Nick Saban as the head coach of Alabama. You're not going to see Pete Carroll on the sideline chewing his gum, look like probably loudly and annoyingly. It's going to be weird. I really do. I just it's yeah, man, it's like when all the quarterbacks retired. I think we're down to Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers is the last of the Mohicans from like the early 2000s. Oh, well, about early mid 2000 quarterbacks. Ben Roethlisberger, Tom Brady, of course, Drew Brees, all them killers. Like that right there. He's the last of those he's the last of those guys. He was the youngest one out of those guys, so it does kind of make sense. So I'm just sitting here like, dang, man, it's gonna be NFL and college football is gonna be weird next year. Like, because I don't think John Harbaugh is gonna be a college coach. I'm not trying to wish anything upon. I hope that he stays with Michigan, but I don't see him staying. Not with the year he just had. I really don't. So all right, I'm starting to get a little tired right now, so we're gonna stop it here tonight. We want put 30 minutes in, babe. Put some work in for y'all, man. Y'all already know, man. I love you guys. But where you can find the Cruiser Podcast is on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Patreon, YouTube, and anywhere you can find your podcast needs. That's where you can find the Cruising Podcast. Also, where you can find latest updates to the show is on Instagram at Cruising Podcast, also on Twitter at Nicetown Finance. And I would like to say one more time. Thank you all for listening once again. Congratulations once again to the Michigan Wolverines for winning the NCAA tournament. I mean, NCAA tournament. Jeez, Mother Joseph. That's how tired I am. NCAA championship, football wise. Congrats. Also, great career. Congratulations on your career, Nick Saban, Pete Carroll. And if this is the last ride for Bill Belichick, congratulations to you also, sir. So with that, please leave 5 stars on Apple Podcasts. Also on Spotify, leave a how you doing. Leave a written review on Apple Podcasts if you can. That'll be beautiful. I might kiss you in the forehead or earlobe. I don't know, wherever you like to do weird things. I don't know if you're into weird shit, but I'm not. But whatever. You know what I mean? Hey, we don't kink shame on the Cruising Podcast. So, but thank you so much for listening. Don't do anything I wouldn't do. Hey, go check out the Patreon. Yes. Go check out the Patreon for sure. Yeah. $3 a month, baby. 3 of them things a month. Wait, what the hell is on my finger? 3 of look at this. If you're watching on video, my never been like this. I don't know what I did, but really forgot what that like really messed my train of thought up. Okay, let's regroup, Andrew. Ready? Don't do anything I wouldn't do. I'll catch you guys later. Deuces.